Morning.
It's the way Singapore wakes up.
Wake up.
Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman.
Wake up in the morning feeling like
Kiss 92's Big Show.
Happy Monday, Singapore. Welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Rockstar Arms, Natalie Dau. Good morning, Nat.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Nat. Last week we spoke to you about Project 1000, which is an almost impossible, inhumane feat that you'll be attempting come the end of May 25th to be exact. And I'm just looking at your website. You want to just recap what it is just a little bit because we want to get you as much publicity as possible.
I want to say this part. 2 marathons a day
Okay.
for 12 days. Thailand to Singapore.
Okay, that's it. Okay, Natalie, we don't need any more details. Glenn's done it.
And raising money for girls in sport, of course. So the 1,000 kilometres and then the last 85 Ks will be in Singapore on June 5th. So we'll be doing a big call out for people to come and join on that day as well.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Okay, all the details are at project1000.run.
If anyone can do it, it's Natalie Dau.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nat, today, what are we talking about?
We are talking about how to train for maximum benefit today. So lots of people train mindlessly or feel like they're stuck in a rut. So we're going to talk about what some mistakes are, how to make the most of their time in the gym, and what to be doing.
I felt like I was stuck in a rut last week, actually. So I called my trainer and I said, let's take this week off. But, you know, today we're starting again.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I needed to take that break, you know.
But you didn't take the week off, clearly.
No, I mean, I played golf.
Yeah,
I was still moving.
Yeah.
But I've been training very consistently for the past 7 months now, 3 times a week. But I just decided, okay, you know, I'm going to take a break. And I have to say, I didn't like the feeling.
You didn't like the break, right?
I felt guilty all week long.
So Nat, is that what you should do when you get stuck in a rut? Like take a break, or should you just change your environment?
Yeah, you know, taking a break is good because if you're overtraining, you know, when you're training, your body is breaking down, and when you rest, your body is actually getting the gain. So sometimes we just get a bit bored, we get a bit tired. It's a bit like running training, you peak and then you drop. So having a week off is not a bad thing for some people. Glenn still moved, which is important, so it's not an excuse not to move, but mix it up a bit. You don't want to be bored in your training and come back refreshed the next week.
But, you know, Chinese New Year messes everying up, actually.
As do a lot of festive seasons,
Yeah.
even Christmas and stuff
So
like that.
I just felt like I wasn't in the mood because of the Chinese New Year period, you know.
Yeah, then how do we stay in that mood, Nat? You know, I mean, these occasions come about all year round. You know, whether it's a birthday or a big celebration. How do we stay in that routine without screwing it up?
Yeah, it's habits. So even if your routine, and we'll just use run as an example, is to go for a 10K run, 4 times a week, then maybe we just drop it down to 5Ks during that time, but we're still doing something. So you don't want to completely stop your routine and break it, but maybe you just want to cut it back for those times. But it's not an excuse, I didn't do it today, so I'm not doing it tomorrow, so I'm not going to do it the next day. I'll start in 2 weeks. That is the worst thing you can do. You want to keep some sort of routine, so doing something is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I did do something, but I had a lot of extra time. I binge watched Warrior, and you know what? I had a backache after a few days.
Dear.
From just sitting, on the sofa
And
just-
being a couch potato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
All right.
it's time to work out with Nat exclusively on the Big Show TV. Once again, our guest for today is Natalie Dau, Rockstar Arms. Let's work it. Up next, James Reid featuring BI and DJ Flicked. This is Jacuzzi on Kiss 92.
If your body could tell me.
See, some people would rather be in a jacuzzi than work out. But I'm going to work out because all we need are dumbbells.
Yes.
Yes,
got
we
those.
do need dumbbells today. So what we're going to do today, guys, is a complex workout. So these are fantastic if you are short on time. So we're going to pick up some dumbbells or water bottles or whatever you're using, and we are not going to put them down for the whole time. So the idea is one piece of equipment, one weight that we can use for the whole time. We're going to do a front squat, a hang clean, a deadlift, a bent over row, and overhead press. So great to do these if you're in the gym, don't know what to do, or you've only got like 15 minutes. This is a perfect workout. We're going to do 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. So in those 20 seconds, remember, we're not putting the weight down. Okay, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and we're going to front squat. So we've just got those dumbbells resting on our shoulders and we are squatting down. So just take it easy into this, warming up the body. Good job. So complexes are fantastic. You normally, you could do a lower body, then an upper body, and get creative. You can use dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, whatever it may be. Some people even use a rope. All right, rest. Now, as I said, do not put those dumbbells down. So the trick of this is to come up with something that you can hold on for the whole 5 minutes. So good for our grip strength while we're doing this. Next, we're doing a hang clean. I'll just demonstrate if you don't know. We're going to go now, 3, 2, 1. So we're just hanging by our arms and then bringing it up. So it's not a bicep curl. It's a clean. You might want to just explode a little bit through your knees if you like. But we're bringing that up faster with some power. And our arms are just hanging by our side. So you can see a little bit of a knee bend if you like. Good job. And these are all double-handed. Stay with me. All right. All right, remember, no dumbbells down. We're going to do a deadlift next. So I'll go sideways so you can see the angle. You've got 10 seconds. Now, if you're holding a dumbbell, you shouldn't be squeezing it too hard. Just be nice and relaxed in those hands. And we're deadlifting. So we're hinging from the hips and going down. It's not a squat down. You should be feeling this in your hamstrings and in your glutes. And then we've got a full extension at the top. Good job. So the dumbbells do not have to touch the ground. We're keeping them nice and close to our body as well as we go down. Knees are soft. 5 more seconds here. Feel those nice stretch on our hamstrings. 1 more rep. Good job. Okay, now we are going to do a bent over row. We'll do alternating arms on this one. So we're going to be hinged at the waist, getting ready to go. Just rest those dumbbells in front and we're alternating back. We're keeping our elbows in nice and tight, bringing that dumbbell up to our chest. Knees are soft as well. That's it. And then just bringing those dumbbells back in front, but alternating the hands. Good job. Great workout this morning. Squeeze that back as you bring up the dumbbells. All right, last exercise. You've done so well. Do not put those dumbbells down. We're doing an alternating overhead press now. So let's bring those dumbbells up to our shoulders, getting ready. Feet nice and firm on the floor. And let's alternate up. So try not and use your legs in this one. If you can do a strict overhead press, that's great. If you need to do a little bend in the knees and a pop-up, that's okay too. You're going to be starting to feel this in your forearms as well, and that's because you've been holding the dumbbells the whole time. So we're almost there. Stay with me. Good job. Really nice extension at the top and coming down to your shoulders. Feel that back working. One more rep for me. Good job. Now you can put the dumbbells down. Good work, everyone.
Nice.
So now they can put the dumbbells down and everybody going, Lord Almighty.
It was good though, but I was doing it with one.
Yeah,
so I was
because you only had one.
trying to modify
Woo!
the
Ooh,
workout.
look at those guns. Woohoo!
Yeah.
I did work out the biceps just now. That whole clean and jerk thing.
Yes.
Quite nice. Yeah, the whole
Yes,
of last
the
week I had
cleans.
a
Yeah.
golf elbow, so it was so hard to do bicep curls.
Oh, traffic.
It's painful. Okay.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the SLE heading towards the BKE before Lento Avenue's exit, avoid lane 5 please, a vehicle has broken down. And on the AYE towards the MCE after Clementi Avenue 6's exit, causing quite a bit of a congestion, is an accident, avoid lane 1. Also on the TPE towards the PIE after the Loyang Avenue exit, look out for a broken down vehicle there. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Good morning once again, and welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is Natalie Dau, Rockstar Arms. We just had a very satisfying first set.
Yeah, that was good. I was telling Glenn earlier, because both of us were working out, and I was saying how hard it was for me to master a deadlift. Because when I first tried it, I remember doing a kettlebell swing and I threw my back out. And obviously the person that I was doing it with was not watching me.
Yeah.
But then it took me many years to have the courage to do it again. And I learned it from someone who really explained it, broke it down for me. And it took a while, but now it's so satisfying to feel that pull on the back of your hams and feel your glutes working as well.
It is, and giving you the right cues is key to being a good trainer as well. So you know what your body should be feeling, and then you can make those little adjustments so you're feeling it in the right spots.
Yeah.
Nat, you see a lot of people on social media who just want to train or seem to want to train one part of their body. Can that be done? Should that be done?
Yeah, don't forget legs day. That's always the meme, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isolation or single joint exercises can be great, but think about why you're doing it. Is it because of aesthetics, which a lot of the times it is? It's great to do it if you're injured and can only work out certain parts of your body and are recovering. It's also good if you need to focus on weaknesses or imbalances. So, if you need to work on your hamstrings, then do more exercises on your hamstrings. And then it's also good with specific performance. So for me as a runner, I really need to work on my glutes and my hamstrings a lot. For other people, they may need to work on their shoulders as a swimmer, or their arms or their back. So it can be good, but you do want to balance things up. You just don't want to be focused constantly on trying to grow your biceps.
Yeah. Nat, can we talk a little bit about grip strength? Because as you said just now, we weren't allowed to put our dumbbells down, and that in a way helps us strengthen our grip.
And she also
Right?
said don't grip too hard.
Yeah, don't grip too
earlier.
hard.
Yeah.
Right? I've been reading a lot about grip strength and tests on how strong your grip is. Why is grip strength so important?
Yeah, it's so important as we get older, like balance, because you think about it, if you're falling and you can't grab hold of something, number one, you're gone. You're hitting the ground, you're breaking your hip, you're doing some damage. And it's just important for day to day, picking up shopping bags, being able to even, hold your toothbrush, get yourself upstairs and hold on a rail. Just these basic things that we do day to day that we don't think about. If our grip strength starts to go, then those things become much harder, and that's when we're prone to injuries.
So how do we simplify strengthening our grip? Not everyone has, say, dumbbells at home or
those
things
grip
to all those
trainers.
grip. Back in the 80s, those were huge, right? In the 70s,
They're still
my dad
popular
had
now.
one. Yeah, they're still popular.
Yeah.
So how does one do it if they don't have the equipment at home?
Yeah, so you know what I always say, go down to the playground, hang from a bar. That is the best thing you can do for grip strength. Otherwise, grab some heavy shopping bags. Instead of getting on the MRT, get off a station early with your bags and walk with them. So that double bag walk is fantastic. Just basic things like that. Carry some stuff is key. If you don't have dumbbells at home or kettlebells, then just carrying heavy stuff will help your grip strength. You don't have to do it for an hour on end, but a couple of minutes here and there and walking with it will be great for you.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
hanging on a bar
I
is
think that's easy.
A great piece of advice, because you can even raise your knees and work out
your
your
abs,
abs at
yeah.
the same time.
It's really interesting because where I stay, right downstairs, we've got these bars, right? And I've often wondered what these teenagers are doing, just
Right.
hanging.
Yeah.
They just get on these bars and they just hang, and I'm going, what are they doing?
And you're like, are you trying to do a pull-up?
Yeah.
You can't do a pull-up. Right?
Yeah.
But
That's what I
and
thought.
everyone's got a playground or those senior sort of workout
Yeah,
areas
yeah,
in
yeah,
their estates.
yeah.
So no excuse.
Yeah, okay. So today, hang on a bar.
Hang tight.
Hang tight, yeah.
And strengthen your grip. All right, we're going to be doing set number 2 with Natalie Dau next on The Big Show TV. It's 8:16.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by
Yeah, the bar grip is the best thing if you can do it.
How long
should we amazing. be
hanging for?
1 hour.
For women, we should be able to hang between 1 minute 30 and 2 minutes without breaking. And men it should be 2.5 minutes. And that's a long time.
That's a
it's a
long
really long
time. Yeah.
Yeah. So practice. So time yourself. Just try and even do 20 seconds to start if you can, and then have a break. Then do another 20 seconds. But it will take. I say if you do it for a month consistently, you'll knock it out of the park.
Wow.
Yeah, but it is hard, super hard. We do it every day. So Liliana and I practice every day and just work our way up. Yeah. All right, guys, we are going to get back into this complex workout with our front squats. Pick up those dumbbells. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're going down to 90 degrees if you can, into a seated position. If you're not confident doing these, just pop a chair or something behind and touch your butt on that and come back up. Toes are just a little bit pointed out, not dead straight in front. And this is a rest for these dumbbells because you've got them on your shoulders. You don't have to grip them at all. That's it. Nice movement. 3, 2, let's do one more. 1. Good job. Okay, we're going to do those hang cleans next. So give those shoulders a little roll out while we're waiting. Make the most of the time. And just when you're holding the dumbbells, just hold them dead so you're not putting pressure on your hands. Okay, let's do those cleans. So they're next to your body, and then we're just bringing it up to our shoulders. And pop that little bounce in if you like. If you only have one dumbbell, then grab it by the ends and do a little bit of a bicep curl. So one hand on each end. Good job. And you can do this with this workout with one dumbbell, not a problem at all. Good job. Okay, keep hold of them. We're going to do those deadlifts. So again, one dumbbell, just grab it by the ends. Getting ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. Down we go. So the cues for this are knees nice and soft. We are hinging at the hips, pushing our butt back. And then you should feel that in your glutes, in your hand, your hamstrings. If you're feeling it in your lower back, then go a lighter weight or go no weight at all. Or stand in front of a mirror and just check your form as well, because you shouldn't be getting pain in your back. The stretch should be on your hamstrings and your glutes. All right, good job, guys. Bent over rows now. Now, again, if you're just using one dumbbell, we're just going to hold it in front and do that. So I can do it one-handed this time, so we're just doing a double hand row. We're not bouncing or standing up at all. We're keeping our bodies nice and strong. We're engaging our core and our glutes and pushing right down to the floor. That's it. We're looking just in front of us, about a metre in front is always the best. And elbows are in nice and tight. That's it. Again, we're hinged at the hips. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're getting ready for the last one, the overhead press. If you only have one dumbbell, you're just going to simply just overhead like that. Otherwise, we will alternate with 2 dumbbells. Right, pop them on your shoulders. Getting ready to go. That's it. Nice full extension at the top. Good job, guys. Good way to start a Monday. Really feeling those shoulders working. Squeeze that back in. Suck in those bellies. And you can clench your butt too, just to make sure you've got good form and you're not bending your back. A few more reps. And done. Oh yeah.
Yes, that was the comment. Oh yeah.
That was good.
Nat, why do you call it a complex workout?
Because it's a group of exercises together. So, as I said, so I think one piece of equipment, one weight, one area. And it's a good way to do it instead of circuit training. And think about larger movements if you want. So the big complex movements that we're doing rather than the smaller movements. So think about even doing like a push exercise then a pull exercise.
Got it. Okay.
How cool was that?
Understood. No, it was great.
in, like-
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For anyone who was working out with us, I'm
You'd
sure
feel it.
you kind of feel it right now.
Yeah. It was nice. It's nice to start the day like that.
Yeah, especially if you've got heavy enough weights. If you use like a 5 kilo dumbbell or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bag of rice.
You really feel it.
Yeah.
Bag of rice. Yeah.
Yeah,
there
you can use
go.
a bag of rice if you
Yeah.
don't have weights at home.
Yeah.
So good. Now 2 more sets. People watching from home. 2 more sets.
And you'd be done.
And that's your
Exactly.
workout for today.
That'd be workout for today.
Yeah, that's 20 minutes.
Yeah. And you can break it up like that, like in between
Yeah.
your coffee, before you head out and have a shower or something,
Yeah.
you know.
That speaking of that, Nat, 20 minutes. There are some people that they're busy. They want to go to a gym, but they've got maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes instead of like a full-on hour. But you go into a gym and you've got so much stuff. What do you do? How do you maximize 20 minutes?
Yeah, you maximize it by doing something like we just did, most
Right.
definitely. So don't get on a treadmill if you've got 20 minutes. You can go for a walk outside.
Yeah.
Use the weights and use the equipment. That's why you've joined the gym. So go in there and do that. And then if you're not confident doing that, then just pick 3 exercises and do 5 sets of 3 exercises. And if you want to mix it up, think about mixing it up by doing the eccentric. So you're going slower on the way down and faster on the way up. Do more reps. Mix up the time that you do the weight training for, but do something non-stop for those 15 or 20 minutes. Don't be getting on a treadmill for 10 minutes, sitting there for 10 minutes, and your time's up. You want to really maximize that time.
Yeah.
So how important is strength training then? Because we keep hearing about muscle degeneration after a certain age, and how often do we need to do it, and for how long?
Yeah, so you know what? I'm a big believer in snippets of doing strength training. So don't think you've got to go and do it for an hour. I'm a massive advocate of like FD said, like 10 minutes or 15 minutes if you can. Even 4 or 5 times a week is better than nothing. So it's not overwhelming for someone. So you can go and do some push-ups at home. You can do body weight things. That's okay. Get those bands out. That's all counted as strength training. If you love it, then of course you're going to spend more time in the gym doing it, and maybe you're doing 3 one-hour sessions a week. But otherwise, just be doing some snippets, in the morning or when you get home before you have a shower. I'm just going to do 15 minutes of a few exercises at a body weight, and then you're done for the day.
What we did today was absolutely perfect because it was it was almost a full body workout.
Yeah.
And imagine, I wasn't joking early on when I said, okay, if you're working out with us, maybe 2 more sets.
Yeah,
But I think if you do a total of 5 sets, maybe even every day, you'll feel really, really good for those of you who don't work out.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to traffic.
Let's go on air.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE heading towards the airport, right before Lorne Road, avoid the right 2 lanes because an accident is taking up some space. Also on the PIE, but this time towards Tuas after Bedok North Avenue 3's exit, avoid lane 4. Another accident has been spotted. Our number to update us is 88550920.
All right, we've been speaking to Natalie Dau and working out with Natalie Dau as well, Rockstar Arms, how to train for maximum benefit, and today's exercise was absolutely brilliant.
I loved it. It's a great way to kick off a Monday. And we've been talking about doing little snippets of working out instead of being overwhelmed by a full hour, which not a lot of people have these days.
Exactly right. And, I think just if you are doing that, still just remember to be drinking enough water, because people still forget. They think they haven't worked out enough. So, my advice, if you're doing these snippets, make sure you're hydrating in between.
All right.
Okay, water.
Okay, I'm going to go home later and do 3 more sets of what we did today. And for those of you who are listening to us on the radio and didn't see what today's workout was all about, you can watch us on Facebook or YouTube as always.
Actually, that's a very important point that Glenn made, because you guys did 2 sets now. Glenn says you should do you think about doing 5 sets a day. It's not 5 sets all now.
No, it's not.
You could do you could do 2
One
now.
before lunch.
You do a couple at lunch. You do a couple when you get home. You've done 6 sets.
Yep, exactly.
Correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly right. And think and mix them up. Think about what exercises you might want to put together and make it interesting, and have a plan for the week of go-to exercises.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nat.
Thanks, guys. Have a fantastic week.
See you next
You
week.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, coming up very, very soon, it's Electric Mornings, brought to you by BYD. Meantime, here's Hugh Grant and Haley Bennett, Way Back Into Love on Kiss 92.
Weirong coming into the
Yes,
studio.
we do.
Yes.
Into the studio.
And my man Kevin is coming in too.
Oh,
is that
fantastic.
right?
It's going to be a
He's
nice
their
crowded-
bodyguard.
Kevin is their bodyguard, is he?
Nice crowded studio.
The bodyguard. So today we'll be talking about EVs versus hybrids. Well, not versus hybrids, but the difference between 100% electric vehicle
And the
Yeah.
hybrid.
and the hybrids.
Yeah, they'll be
That's
busting some myths.
That's
about
an interesting thought.
comparison,
The
right?
comparison,
Yeah. Lots of people think EVs might be too expensive to maintain.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
last week's
yeah.
conversation with Kelvin, I believe his name was, the Atto 3 owner, where
Yes.
he was saying he doesn't even have a charger at home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's easy for him to get it done at work or wherever he is.
Hello and
Honestly, you don't need it.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. We got a chair for you. Hi, Glenn. Nice to meet you. Right.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hello, brother. How are you?
What is that?
Alrighty.
Okay.
You guys can go over there.
You are father.
There. She's there.
Yes, come.
Weirong on this side because of the names on the
Yeah, bro.
and Alex on that side.
Are you
Yeah.
Okay.
You got your name there.
Good idea.
Kinda.
Okay, we are already live
Yes.
on Facebook.
Yes.
So if we can get you guys to put your headphones on.
Volume is controlled from up there.
Yeah. Thank BYD for the appreciation dinner on Friday night.
Yes,
did
thank
did
you.
it go on late?
I mean, we had our own private party.
Oh.
Shine.
Thank goodness I left then. Microphones need to come on. Did you hear what he said? They had their own private party.
Of course,
after.
I told you.
We were already trying to speculate where you guys went.
If I was well enough, I would have been there.
Yes,
we were all missing
exactly.
you.
I knew I wouldn't be able to. You know.
Can we, Cheyenne?
That's our party. That's it.
Camera. There.
Just need to adjust
Yeah,
camera,
perfect,
and then we'll
perfect.
be
Now
right.
you guys
Wonderful,
smack in the
wonderful.
middle.
Okay, so once again, we have Weirong with us as well as Alex. Alex is the sales manager at MotorEast, and Weirong, of course, is our marketing manager at Vantage.
That's right.
So,
All right.
Alex, tell us a bit about MotorEast.
So MotorEast has been around since 1996. We specialize in pre-owned continental cars, and over the years we have expanded our service to include our own financing and insurance arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we're also in the midst of establishing a new workshop to cater specifically for our BYD customers.
Ooh, wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, superb.
Great stuff.
Nice, nice.
Okay, so today we'll also be talking about EVs and hybrids. Right. So for people who are not in the know, Weirong, maybe you can tell us the difference between an EV and a hybrid.
Well, I mean, EV and hybrid. Well, EV is purely electric. I mean, as what everybody knows, it just purely runs on battery. Well, hybrid. I mean, the word hybrid meaning it's a combination of two. Yeah. So the battery of a EV of a hybrid it's not as big as a EV because they also depend on the petrol as well.
That's right.
And I think of course there's many different type of hybrid. You know, there's a plug-in hybrid and so on and so forth. Yeah. So at the end of the day, while EV and hybrid, it sort of both serve the same purpose, trying to be more environmentally friendly. But I think EV being the full battery powered one will be probably it has technically zero emission.
Right.
Yeah, so therefore it's for sure will help to save the earth. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on there.
Save the environment.
Yeah.
Get ready for Electric Mornings on The Big Show, brought to you by BYD, Singapore's #1 selling EV brand, driving the electrification wave in Singapore.
All right, this morning we have with us Alex, who's the sales manager at MotorEast, as well as Weirong, the marketing and CRM manager at Vantage Automotive. Welcome, gentlemen. Before we go any further, I mean, I just want to ask Alex, who's here right now, to tell us a little bit more about MotorEast. What's MotorEast?
Okay, MotorEast has been around in operation since 1996. We specialize in pre-owned continental cars, and over the years we have expanded our services, and that includes our own financing and insurance arm. We are also in the midst of establishing a new workshop. So this workshop will probably start in July. This is to cater to our BYD customers.
Wow, that's
okay.
amazing. So specific specifically for BYD customers.
Yes, that's right.
And where is this workshop located?
It's located in Defu.
Okay,
Defu
Defu Lane.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Okay.
That is car country.
Car country.
Car country. A lot of people say that it is expensive buying an EV. It's something I haven't really understood. It's not really any more expensive than any other car, is it?
So, okay, sorry. So if you were to compare EV to hybrid,
Yeah.
for this year, the VES rebate, the vehicular emission rebate, has dropped from 15,000, 5,000 for maybe hybrid cars. Whereas for EV cars, the VES rebate is still 25,000.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so, and on top of that, EV, we have the early EV adoption incentives.
Right.
Max cap at 15,000. So this widens the gap between EV cars and hybrid cars.
So it
Yeah,
actually
clearly.
is.
So
it is
25,000
far
and
better for you.
15,000, do you get $40,000 off? Is that what you're saying?
Depending on the model.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Atto 3, our best-selling
Yeah.
SUV, you should be looking at about 40,000.
Wow.
Wow,
That's
that's
a great
huge.
incentive.
How
huh?
about that, huh?
My goodness.
is
Okay.
huge.
I'm
Okay.
seeing many Atto 3s on the roads.
Yes.
You don't
You know,
say.
when I drive, like,
Yeah.
oh, Atto 3, here's another Atto 3. And they look so good because, I mean, all the colors are beautiful, you know.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it's like,
right.
oh, look over there. It's an Atto 3.
It's an Atto 3.
Nice. Okay. So we've spoken about how EVs are not that expensive to buy because of the help with the subsidies and all that. But what about to maintain? So I've already bought my car. Is it pricier to maintain?
Not really, because if you were to compare EV cars to hybrid cars or petrol cars, EV cars, you do not have an engine. So in that aspect, you do not really have a lot of mechanical components to take care. And of course, in the long run, you also don't have a lot of mechanical wear and tear.
Yeah, so it's got less moving parts, so obviously less things to go wrong.
So it's mainly software stuff that you have to care for, right? When it comes to an EV. I mean, tell us about the maintenance because obviously there will be some.
Well, for maintenance-wise, you still have your usual tire wear and tear, brake pads, rotors. But of course, because EV cars, you have the regenerative braking. So for the braking-wise, it won't wear as fast as a normal petrol car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Now, Weirong, I know Alex already mentioned earlier on about MotorEast and all that. Could you tell us a little bit more about the relationship between Vantage, Sime Darby, and MotorEast?
Well, I think MotorEast is one of our dealers in Singapore for BYD cars, passenger vehicles, and I think the long-term plan for BYD in Singapore and for Vantage also, it's we're trying to build a network of dealers in Singapore. So everywhere you go and every different touch points, you can see BYD. So it's not just buying a vehicle, also going to eat as well.
Cafes.
Your
Yeah,
cafes.
so it's at every different lifestyle touch points that you can see BYD. So you probably see BYD everywhere in Singapore.
Amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
I have more people coming up to me these days because I mean we're so connected with you guys at BYD, and they're asking me like, if I buy a BYD car, where do I send my car for servicing? I mean, I know the answer, but could you tell everyone?
Yeah, but right now we have one servicing center at 305 Alexandra. Yeah, and of course there's one coming out from MotorEast at Defu Lane as well.
Right.
So yeah, so in the future you'll probably see more and more, and it's becoming more accessible for all BYD owners in Singapore. Yeah.
Amazing. I want to talk about how I might be able to maybe serve up a barbecue or have a steamboat or something with my BYD. So let's talk about that on the Big Show TV.
Go big or go home.
Wake up.
So no, really, tell us a little bit more about the V2L technology.
Well, the V2L, it's basically, the same port that you charge the vehicle. So we actually have another cable called the V2L cable. You just plug it in, then it comes as it's like a, what do you call it, multi-plug thing.
Like an adapter type thing, right? Okay.
Yeah, so you just plug it in a 3-pin plug.
And that's it.
That's it.
Oh, you're kidding
Oh
me.
my goodness! So you can take it on a picnic. So it pulls the power, obviously,
It
from
becomes
the
your
battery.
electric point.
That
Yes.
becomes your electric point when you're...
Yeah.
That's unreal.
But is there a risk of it pulling too much energy that you're going to be flat by the end of the? No, it's
definitely
very
not.
little.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Yeah.
Insignificant
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. Of course, you don't power up
And air
big things.
conditioning or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, for sure you can't, right?
So
But-
you can put a fan,
Yeah.
you know, you can
Yeah.
put a barbecue there and then like put your table, have a lamp.
yeah, you can
That's
BYD
quite
is
cool.
just given picnicking a whole new
Right?
name.
And with the Atto 3, you can do it out the back. You know?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Unreal.
you can have
Unreal.
fridge, you can have
You can have a fridge. What?
you can power
Oh,
a
the
fridge,
smaller
a small
ones,
fridge,
right,
yeah.
okay, a small
Then-
one, like a
then
picnic one.
You can do steamboat as well. You can do
wow.
hot pot in the park.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Can you imagine that? Don't
That's-
get your multi-plug though. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, no, put everything in.
Oh, but it comes with a few plugs though.
It comes with a few
yeah.
plugs. That's what I'm saying with the
Wow.
fan and everything. Then now you can eat anywhere, Glenn. Don't worry about air conditioning. Very cool.
Okay, so we're wrong. You know, last week when we had Adeline on the show,
Yep.
she did tell us about the fact that you guys might be bringing in more models.
Oh, yeah.
Will it be by the end of this year, or?
Oh, for sure, we're planning some things
Okay.
for the whole of this year. So, I mean, everybody stay tuned. It's coming soon. Yeah. So when in due course we'll announce it. Yeah.
Yeah, because as much as everyone loves the Atto 3 and the seal and you know there's the dolphin and but you know I'm sure now that everyone is so aware of the BYD brand
Yeah.
and are so excited,
Yeah.
you know they'll be very excited to see more models.
More models and different type of models as well. Different type of vehicle where it caters more to everybody in Singapore. So whether is it you need it as a family, you need it as a small young couple, or need it as a medium-sized family. Basically, we'll have a car for everybody.
Right.
And speaking of having a car for everybody, I spoke to you about this on Friday. They also have the U9, which is their supercar, which
Yeah.
you said maybe,
Maybe.
maybe you can bring it into Singapore.
Maybe,
The Yang Wang, right? It's
maybe,
called
Yeah, we are seeing how we can have it as a
premium,
special-
obviously. Yeah,
special preview or something like that. But
Nice.
yeah. So it's still in the plans.
it's amazing.
It's an
looking.
amazing
This is an
car.
amazing looking scissor doors and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you even have the suspension that can bounce like it's dancing.
Oh, really? What about the one that turns on its own
Oh,
axis?
that U9 also can turn 360.
Oh, wow!
basically,
Parking
yeah,
is like
yeah.
3-point turn. Anybody
you
can
just
do.
go inside and you just turn it around the same spot.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Now all we need to do is pimp that ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easy done. Easy done.
Now we're wrong. People are also asking this question, right? Is it affordable to maintain an EV? If you compare it to a petrol car, you know, could you like, is it clear that maybe one is more affordable to maintain than the other?
I think maintenance, other than just what Alex spoke about, the mechanical part of things, but I think also maintenance costs road tax as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think road tax is something that all owners need to maintain. You have to pay it every year, right? And
Okay.
people used to think that EVs are very expensive, road tax are very expensive. Actually, it's not. And Atto 3 is around 1.5k. Yeah, yeah, and Seal Dynamic, it's around 1.8. Yeah,
Right.
it's around 1.8. Yeah, so it's comparable to what any other vehicles on the road today.
Right.
So people used to have this misconception that EVs, the road tax are very expensive.
Yeah.
Because I think previously it was quite expensive for certain brands, but but now it's in line. It's almost the same as any other cars.
Yeah, I mean, some people say, hey, you know, brake horsepower is. But if you think about it, like if you get a petrol car that is 500 brake horsepower, obviously you're paying a higher,
Yeah.
very much higher road tax as well. So
Yeah.
it's not completely, wrong. Let's say for an EV that has 5 over brake horsepower to be at that level as well.
Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah.
Okay, stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
If you're heading down Dunnan Road, heading towards the city after Hillcrest Road, please avoid the left lane, I beg your pardon. An accident has been reported. Also on the ECP towards the city after the Fort Road exit, causing congestion all the way to the Still Road South exit. Avoid lane 3. Yet another accident has been spotted. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guests for this morning are Weirong from Vantage Automotive. He is the Marketing and CRM Manager. And we also have the Sales Manager at MotorEast, Alex, with us. Good morning once again, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Now, earlier on The Big Show TV, I really want the listeners on the radio to hear about the V2L technology, because it's really going to take family weekends and sports days and picnics to a whole different level. What exactly is the V2L technology?
So V2L is basically, you're just basically drawing power from your EV to power up things like your fridge, your barbecue set, your steamboat, anything that it needs power. You basically have a lifestyle from your vehicle. You have a picnic out of a vehicle. You can even power up some other stuff. You do exercise.
Oh my goodness, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I take the Atto 3 for example. All the cars do this?
Yeah,
all the EVs,
all BYD.
all BYDs. So I take the car like the Atto 3 to say East Coast Park. I park it in the car park. The beach is kind of crowded, so I pop the back open, plug this in, put a fan there, put the barbecue set there, put a fridge there. Load it up with some beers, and we've got a picnic.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Pretty unbelievable.
That's very cool.
Absolutely unbelievable technology. We do have a question on our Facebook page. As compared to combustion engines, can you explain the kind of warranties that BYD has?
So for BYD, the vehicle warranty, we are 6 years. We give a 6 years warranty, and for battery, to give everybody a peace of mind, because battery is the biggest worry for everybody. We give an 8 years warranty.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right. Okay. That's quite a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a very long time.
That answers everyone's question.
Yeah, answers
actually.
the question
Because
straight
everyone's
out.
asking, so battery. What's
Yeah.
the warranty
Battery how?
on the battery?
And I think it's for BYD because we started out as a battery maker. So everybody can be rest assured that we know what we are doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And once again, it's a different battery that BYD is using.
Yes, we are
You're talking
using
about the plate battery.
The blade battery.
The blade battery.
Blade battery. What is the blade battery?
So the blade battery basically, if you see some YouTube online where they do a comparison with some other batteries, basically they do some sort of like a nail penetration test. So when you penetrate a nail through the different batteries, the normal batteries will just burst in flames.
Yeah.
Well, when the nail goes through the blade battery, literally nothing happens.
Okay, so that's a very good point there, because everyone's wondering, okay, when we talk about the blade battery and the nail test, why is there a nail test? So now that you've mentioned it, so all the other batteries, right, if you were to do something like that, will probably burst into flames.
Probably, yeah.
That's the danger.
So compared
with
to
the
like,
blade battery.
so if you get into an accident, for example, knock on wood,
knock on wood.
it will not burst into flames.
You will not burst.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. That's a lot of people's worries.
Okay, I think I better change to a BYD.
I've been waiting for that for very long.
Okay, I'll see you all next week.
Has yours gone through the blade test, the nail test yet?
I tell you what,
That's
I've
so
got a nail.
important.
I've got a nail. We'll go down to Glenn's car after this and see what
Wow. What's that? Where did that come from? Huh? Tell you first, I'm getting the seal. The most powerful one.
And then we'll go for a picnic. How about that?
Okay, Ken. All right, up next, Dua Lipa. This is Training Season on Kiss 92. All right, we're back.
Amazing. Okay, so what about space-wise? I mean, a lot of people think, you get less space in an EV because of the battery. I mean, I feel like no engine, so you should have more space anyway, right?
Yeah, because for BYD cars, they have this technology. They manage to integrate the battery into the car chassis itself.
Oh.
So this will allow you to save more space than comparing
It's like under the seat or something, right? Okay.
So it's below the car.
Yeah.
So that way you will be able to save more space, because if you were to find a space to place the battery, you will take up more space, right? So when you manage to integrate the battery into the car itself, for your rear seats, you do not have the rear hump,
Right.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Then it will be very flat. Of course, you have more legroom space as well.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Glenn's like, I think I need to get a BYD.
What about you? You as well.
Of course. Well, I'm going to drive one soon. So, I'm
The
gonna drive
Atto 3. You should try the Atto 3
Seal.
actually.
I'm driving the Seal. I want to
Try
start
the
with
Atto 3.
I can do the Atto 3 as well. I think Weirong will be like,
I
take
feel
all
like
the
the
cars.
seal doesn't suit you. Like,
Oh,
you're a
wow.
girl. No. Someone had like to say something.
Okay, why I cannot handle the speed? Is it?
Oh, better.
But I mean,
better take back one.
Okay, speaking of gender, we don't particularly want to do gender, but are there? Do the women go more for the Atto 3s or the Seals? I mean, what are you seeing in terms of demographics?
Well, I mean, more female actually will go for more SUV, but there are also females that actually really go for the seal.
Correct, and those are the women who will step on it. No.
And they're really the scary ones.
That's what it's there for, right?
Fiercer than the guys.
Yeah. So those that go for the more powerful one, they are really the
speed demons.
They are really more fierce than the male drivers.
Exactly.
Very scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting because we were at your party on Friday and you had the cars parked outside, and Angel and I were standing there and we were just admiring the cars, and we were saying how so many brands are losing out
on design.
Yeah. Because you guys really know how to design a car.
Yeah, I'm going to not mention like some European brands that have been around for a long time, continental brands, where the design language is not as authentic as they started out. You know, they're really losing that. I mean, they release cars every year and you're kind of like, oh, really? That's a XXX? But with BYD, not because you guys are on the show, the first time I got into a BYD, I don't know what the make was. It was a private hire car. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so futuristic. And I was like trying to play with all the stuff and all that. It was very, very nice design language.
And that's what you want, right? For an EV's interior to look futuristic.
Yeah,
because it is the future.
And for the exterior as well, to look like a really nicely designed car.
I think for BYD, I think we have come a long way. I think last Friday we celebrated our 10th anniversary in Singapore. Yeah. So I think they've showed that numbers from the first time we come to Singapore till now, how the brand has evolved, not just in terms of brand, but also the products that we have
from
come
the
up
buses
with.
to the commercial vehicles.
So right now, I'll say, I mean, look at versus the first time we came here. It's really amazing that how far we have come.
The growth is incredible.
No, it's amazing. I mean, you guys are number one. You know, in the world, as far as its EVs are concerned.
Number one in Singapore as well.
Number one, number one selling EV brand in Singapore. And I think what you're doing, and I've said this before, like on the show right now, educating people is a big thing.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't have questions answered, or they don't even dare ask the question.
Yeah, because I mean, why are we pushing EVs here in Singapore? It's the whole sustainability, the green issue, the green objective that we are trying to meet by 2030, right? Yeah. So what BYD has done is educating people on a weekly basis about being more sustainable by going for an electric vehicle. Yes. Not everyone might get a BYD, but you guys are leading the way. Yeah. And that is very, very important.
I mean, you remember the very first time we heard of electric vehicles and the first one came into Singapore, right? We were all like, oh, you know, this is not going to take off. It's too expensive. Government didn't know how to tax it even, you know, because we were like, no. But look at us today. Every Monday we're talking about this. You see EVs flying down the roads everywhere. And it's such a great thing to see.
And I think one of the important things is, and you guys have brought this up when you've been with us, is the fact that one doesn't need necessarily to have a charger in your car park in order to have an electric vehicle because of the way we move in Singapore.
Yes,
you know, it's not an imperative thing that
so
you have
many
a charger.
charging points here in Singapore. Most shopping centers have it anyway. And we're at shopping centers doing grocery shopping or shopping for other things and all that. Just, you know, you can either slow charge the car or fast charge the car. It's everywhere.
And the
it's in HDB estates as well.
And the infotainment system also tells you where the closest charging points are and all that, right? So it's easy.
So I say take the plunge. Once you get the BYD, right, that's it. You won't
no
look
turning back.
You see Calvin, we spoke to Calvin last week. You know, he has an Atto 3 and he said he's going to get a seal.
He's going to get a seal.
He did say that,
just one question that's come up on our Facebook page. Yi Xiang said, can someone summarize those grants again? He didn't quite catch the grants that you get. So, Alex, could you do that?
Sure. So, for the EV grants, you mean?
The EV grants.
The subsidies.
For the EV grants in 2024, your VES rebate, which is the Vehicular Emissions Scheme rebate, stays at $25,000. And your early EV adoption incentive, max cap at $15,000.
So 25 and 15.
Correct.
So when you say max cap at $15,000, so what is the variable there? I mean, like,
It really depends on
the model.
model itself,
Okay.
because different model have different kind of horsepower.
Right. Okay.
Oh, so
got it. Got it.
it's a power related grant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So the Atto 3,
$40,000. So bare
$40,000.
minimum, you're going to getting $25,000 off.
Crazy.
That is
man.
a
but
lot.
that would
Lot
be
of
for the
money.
Cat A, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Got
Correct.
it. Okay.
Okay.
But that's
Okay.
still crazy grants, though.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Cat A is
Absolutely.
at $76,801 right now. For
Oh,
COE.
for
Oh, you
COE.
For COE. Yeah.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought it was-
That's right.
You like the knowledge that's stored up here?
Okay, I think we need to run through this once again because
Okay.
for people who are tuning in to Electric Mornings with BYD for the very, very first time, we always talk about the showrooms where people can go down and check out BYD cars, and this includes some of the cafes that you have
Right,
around
right.
the country as well. Could you tell us where the showrooms are located once again?
Okay, so we have one flagship showroom at 305 Alexandra Road.
Okay.
And then we have our dealers, MotorEast showrooms at Toa Payoh. And then, of course, we have one at Suntec as well. In
Oh.
Suntec,
The showroom itself.
the
Okay.
showroom.
shopping.
In the mall
Yeah,
itself.
and in
Mm.
terms of cafe, we also have a cafe at Suntec together with the showroom. Then you have one at Boat Quay, and then Chonsang Park, Coco Towers, and Hillview.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so nice to see how the car showrooms have come into the city now.
Yep.
They're not so much just all
And
in
then
the
you can
car
see that
area.
you plot it along the map. We are basically
Everywhere.
everywhere in Singapore, north, south, east, west.
But that's not where you're stopping, right? I'm
No,
sure you're gonna-
definitely not. We are trying to make the whole place full of
Yeah,
BYD.
everything BYD. It's like left, right, center.
Everywhere you go, you see BYD.
Can't get away from
But
it.
you know what I said earlier on is true, I
What?
mean, every time I'm
Yeah.
on the roads, I'm bound to see
Yeah,
You do
exactly.
see them
like a few
everywhere.
BYDs.
Exactly. Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't leave. You can't leave home for 5 minutes without seeing one go
Yeah.
past you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
and that's why they're smiling the way they
I
are.
know. It's very good to be associated with BYD
There it
right
is, isn't
now,
it? Build
you
your
know?
dreams.
Yeah, absolutely. The dreams are getting bigger.
Okay.
All the dreams are being fulfilled. Okay.
Coming up.
Stand by.
Brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric. Mitsubishi Electric StarMix Aircon saves you energy and money. It's easy to clean and is one of the quietest.
You're tuning in to Electric Mornings on The Big Show, brought to you by BYD, Singapore's #1 selling EV brand, driving the electrification wave in Singapore.
And this morning we've been speaking to Weirong, the Marketing and CRM Manager at Vantage Automotive, as well as Alex, the Sales Manager at MotorEast.
Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks so much for being on the show today. I mean, Weirong, if there's anything that you can say to someone who's listening in who is thinking of taking the plunge but still not convinced, what could you say?
Don't wait anymore. I really, and if you're still thinking you're sitting on the fence, really there's no point waiting. Just go for it. Yeah, because what the decision that you're gonna make is for the future, and you're not just for your own future in terms of sustainability, also for your future generations as well.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're listening to us right now and, you pretty much have decided, you want to get an EV, but then again, maybe, some people are talking to you and, you're kind of like in two minds right now. Go down to the showroom and speak to someone there and go for a test drive.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's free to test drive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
And remember the vehicle emission schemes, the VES. If you're tuning in, there are a couple of them out there. So have a look online. You can go to One Motoring. Everything is there under emission charges for vehicles for EVs.
For
Yeah.
EVs.
Yeah.
Well, once again, thank you very much, Weirong and Alex, for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
And
gentlemen.
everyone, go look for Alex and Weirong. MotorEast and Vantage Automotive.